This video is for everybody who lives around 2021 East Loop 281. It is Harrison County, and Longview city officials have rezoned it for a mint biomining facility, to which they changed the name to recycling, but it is not recycling. Mint will be extracting from rocks and electronic devices. It is a biomining facility. Just because you change the name to recycling doesn't mean that's what they are. So I have been telling everybody to go back and look at the city meetings. So right now you see that we have May 9th, 2024 city council meeting from Longview, and it's on the agenda. They wanted to rezone this, and I will read you from Mint's own information that Mint is only supposed to be able to be in an industrial area. This is not an industrial area. This is 3 blocks from Hallsville Elementary School, and it is also across the street from Woodland Hills, which has a full large daycare. It's a large church, and it has a school, kindergarten through 12th. There's many reasons why this shouldn't be here, but the Longview city officials have not released this information about mint biomining, and they are actually responsible to do that. And I will show you that in black and white in these videos. I just want to open up with this one because I've been referring people to go back and look at these meetings. And from what I understand, most of them are gone. They're no longer available in the library of the city meetings that are recorded live. But no worries. I have them on video, and I also have the transcript. So here we go. Let's read. So we had several concerned citizens who stood up and tried to not allow this, and we also asked for a lot of information, data, which we were not provided, but we were provided false information. So I will show you some of that false information we were provided. So here is a concerned citizen who is asking about all of this, and they have 150 students across the school, Hallsville Elementary, 3 residential areas around it. We've got some horses, some cows, some ranches. We've got a lot of things going on, but I'm just going to do the black and white right now, but I will put on some more videos. Okay, so Mayor Mack, if you can see, we do not interact with citizens at this time. Council question, can we request chemical list or compound list to see what will be used in the process? And this was the answer we got. Every time we asked a question, we got an incorrect answer that was not provided data to us or anything, which they are responsible to do. So here we go. Okay. See if company can receive information. If company decides to settle and the city TCEQ issues permits, which let me address that. TCEQ does not have to issue any permits to mint biomining because the Longview city officials have welcomed them to dump their toxic waste into the water system, which allows them to go underneath the radar, so they do not have to get permits from TCEQ. And they also are not, nobody watches them. Nobody's watching what they're doing. And we were told that there was barely anything noticeable that would come through the pipes. And I'll show you what the real answer is. But if you see this right here, okay, so they have decided to open. They have come open. They've actually went through here and they have rezoned the property, which was not right here, rezoning so that the biomining process facility can open, which is in Harrison County. Well, let me tell you what, they're already, they're open, everything is done, and they still have not released the information to the public. Now, if you want to know why I am so passionate about this, I'm going to give you the information because a lot of people are getting the wrong information, and the correct information, they're being told that, it's a lie, it's this, it's that. Well, we have Mint's documentation that they gave to the city council, which obviously had to be provided to the Longview City Council, which we have had teams go and talk to them and show all of this information. And we have asked them, are you going to tell the public the truth about this? And, to date, they haven't told you anything, but I'm going to tell you they are responsible, and I will show you in black and white. Where would the waste or chemicals go? Here's the question. All right. discharged into pipes that go to city. No pre-treatment required because such low limits of chemicals and city work says no problem. Ha! Let me show y'all something. MINT, Operational Environmental Management Plan Biomining Facility. They are only open in Australia inside of an industrial area, to which if they get around sensitive areas like schools and residential areas and churches and things like that, they are required to tell the public. Here we go. Waste management, up to 3,000 TPA per year of printed circuit boards will be accepted at the site. Okay, let's check this out. Disposal to landfill is not ideal from Mint's point of view, but it is included for completeness. Now, let me tell you something. They didn't tell us anything about a landfill. And if you go to savelongview.org, if you look in the blog, it is detailed out why this is detrimental to our ecosystem and everything else. I want to get somewhere. I want to show y'all something. Liquid waste management. The process produces approximately 45,000 KL per year of liquid waste. Is that what they told us? We just read what they told us. Equates to approximately 125 KL per day, operating 7 days a week with a maximum discharge of 10 LS. Okay, here we go. And we have, I'm gonna get a page that's easier for y'all to see. So we have people saying, oh, it's not gonna do nothing. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Well, guess what? I'm gonna read you in the city hall. See right here, the city council meeting. I'm gonna read you. We asked them multiple times, was there going to be anything released into the air? The answer was no from multiple Longview city officials and Mint Biomining's representatives. Here's the truth. The process which may result in the emission of pollutants to the air include, and guess, look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. And guess what? When you start to tear down electronics, that dust is detrimental to pregnant women and children. And guess what? Identified potential emissions, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were told at the meeting, no, this will not happen. Mayor Mack, I don't know what the biomining is, but surely someone does. Okay, so they just rezoned an area for a company, right? And they're telling us they don't know any of this information that we're asking them for. Well, guess what? We went and got it for you because we feel like the public needs to know. Okay? Again, 3 blocks from Hallsville Elementary School is where this is located. Traffic. They told us 1 truck per day. That's not true. We see it right here. The processing plant will be operated 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, 3 8-hour shifts, up to 10 staff members. That doesn't sound like enough jobs that we're willing to sell out our land, our air, and our water to become toxic. The truck volumes associated with the project require 2 trucks per day, which we were lied to because we had an engineer prove that when these trucks come in, they cannot make a U-turn to deliver these chemicals that come in 4,000 to 6,000 pounds per truck. And Mint has 28, a patent for 28 acid chemicals and gases. So here we go. Identify the owner occupancies of the present premises in the vicinity of the licensed premises, including any sensitive. Okay, here we go. That's what I want y'all to see. Sensitive premises. Schools. So guess what? Has anybody at Hallsville Elementary School been given this information by Mint, Biomining, or Longview city officials? Preschools. Right across the street is a preschool. Has anybody at Woodland Hills been provided this information? Has any of the hospitals nearby or the nursing homes been provided this information? Let me know. because as far as I know, even the residents around this place were not notified. So let's dig a little bit deeper. So remind you, this is what Mint gave to Australia, where their only functioning plant is, because their office is in New Zealand and there's several places that would not allow them to open. They are backed by WEF, chemicals, acids, and gases. So this is what Mint gave to the council, the city council, before they opened. They gave this information. And our Longview officials have not released this information to anybody in Harrison County, where it is located. At least 28 different chemicals, chemical mixtures, and gases with patent US, there we go, process for recovering metal from electronic waste issued. Okay, Mint Innovation active US patent includes, and here we go. Now, you may not think that any of this is dangerous, but like I said, go on the blog and read about what happens when you have a chemical reaction with mixing these and what it does to the earth, the land, and the air. Okay? And, oh yeah, Mint and the Longview city officials and LECO said that no, they only use 2 chemicals. That is what we were told. Does this look like 2 chemicals? That's the information that the Longview city officials and Mint Biomining gave the public. So here we go. This is Mint's Biomining, which you can get it. You can call over there where Mint is located and you can get this information. It took a long time for everybody to collect this information, because no matter how much we asked them for it, we were not given this information. I've got tons of information and I'm trying to get to the important things. But as you can see, this is pretty disturbing, okay? Because there's also places where it says Mint is not supposed to be open by residential areas. It's supposed to be open in only industrial parks. So if any of you know how to read these graphs, you can see that, just what we were being told is not true. Mining or storage of mining waste. Here we go. So all of this, do you see all of these numbers? Okay, all of this was not provided at all. I'm trying to get some into the easier things for you to read, because that is one thing that I kept getting when I was asking for this information. Oh, nobody knows what they're talking about anyway. Everybody knows what liquid waste is, right? Liquid waste management. Okay, this is Mint's information. This is Mint Biomining's information. The process produces approximately 4,000 KL. You see how many gallons that is? Per year. Now, what did they say at the city council? LECO, company required to go through city permits, waste water tested plans have been submitted on what stacks will look like. Company must practice due diligence. No air permit required. Really? We just read about the air that's going to be polluted by this. There are no concerns with this process. There will be no environmental impact to the area at all. Do y'all know that is LECO that is telling us that? And I can tell you the exact date he told us. May 9th, 2024 City Council meeting, Longview, Texas. Right there, Andy Mack Mayor. And there we go. So let's see if what they told us is true. This equates to approximately 125 KL per day. Does that sound like something that is not going to damage anything? 33,021.5 gallons operating 7 days a week. This is per day, with a maximum discharge rate of 2.6 gallons a second. Well, we already know that they're going to be putting out, Mint will be putting out 92.4 gallons per second of water that contains their toxic waste. So here we go. Metal hydroxides, sodium hydroxides, metal chlorides, These solids are collected by filtration and sold to a specialist refinery. So if you want to know why we have another chemical recycling plant opening up, this is why. They want to turn us into a chemical toilet. Longview is already known to be 95% rate of cancer around where Eastman is. And now we are open these other chemical companies. Here we go. The total average volume of discharge is estimated to be 125 M3 day. So let's read, which may be discharged over 4 batches per day. They're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And also the noise is too much for what the city ordinances are. Discharge of each batch is proposed to occur every 90 minutes at a flow rate 350 L a minute. Discharge can be spread out over a longer time period if necessary. That is 92.4 gallons a minute that they are going to be feeding their toxins into our water. Operational Environmental Management Plan, net biomining, right there. Okay? That's the city council that they gave this to. So I can only assume that the Longview City Council has that information that we requested over and over again and that we never got. Nobody in Harrison County has been notified. Nobody at Woodland Hills. None of the businesses around it. None of the residential areas around it. Nobody at Hallsville Elementary School. So, storage of liquid chemical reagents will be in bulk chemical storage tanks, acid, bases, peroxide. Okay? Which they told us no. Waste management. There are 2 other byproducts of the chemical. Now, these 2 seem not they just seem harmless. But when you talk about being mixed in a certain way, being dumped into a landfill and going through the water and going into the air, yeah, okay? The remaining plastic, ceramics, and glass from the results in the dewater filter cake sludge. Sludge is what they're putting in our water. Where the waste stream does not meet the criteria for general solid waste, none, what are those in the classification, and none. So in other words, what this means, the material will require disposal to a landfill. Guess what? Longview city officials hadn't told anybody that either. And if you go to savelongview.org, you can look underneath the blog, and I wrote it down and broke down how dangerous these chemicals are if they're put in a landfill. Approximately 25 tons per year of general solid waste is expected through the operation of the office. See? Okay. Do you remember what they told us? Let's see. So right here, we had a city councilman that says he needs to recuse himself from this and probably anything else because he's had business dealings with them. Well, it's really funny how everybody kind of moved around in order to get everybody to be able to rezone this and move it forward and other things. See, there's been a couple of different stealth moves, that are just not lining up here, but we do have all the documentation. We are looking to get community involvement for people to do printed material that we can go door to door, all of these types of things. So this is not true right here. TEC permits required? No. Because of the fact that the solid waste, they let it go into the water, so they don't have to have it. It's that simple. So solid waste, here we go. 3,000 tons received per year, processes, hydroxide mix. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Are you reading this? Do you see the numbers? Has to be disposed. How much? Commercial destination. Do you see how many pounds has to be Are y'all seeing this? I hope so. because we can't replace our land, our air, and our water. We can't replace our families that are exposed to chemical toxins that are going to make, cause a lot of issues. Quantities of liquid chemicals. Here we go. Acid, bases, peroxides. 15,000 liter tanks, 30,000 liter tanks, 35,000 liter tanks, 50,000 liter tanks, total gallons. Do you see these numbers? 3 blocks from Hallsville Elementary School, 2 doors down from a fertilizing place that sells it in bulk storage tanks. Okay, this is all the stuff that they're going to be storing. All of this was asked for at the city council meetings multiple times by multiple people. This was never given. The process produces approximately 45,000 KL per year of liquid waste. I'm just telling y'all. I got all the paperwork. Treatment discharge. It's, all of this was not told to us. So you can get all this information. You can email me. I can give it to you. I have all the information. I have tons and tons of information. And I have the council meetings where people were telling us different information as we requested it. It wasn't given to us. So, here's some notes. Go to savelongview.org. Here we go. I'm just going to kind of, Mint Innovations. This is what they told us. It wasn't true. It's what the Longview City Council told us. It's not true. Clean water, think again. Here's the numbers on that. Longview has enough poison. Yes, sir. We've got plenty of things that we need to think about as a community. And we need to come together to not let this happen. 3 blocks from Hallsville Elementary School. We need to file an injunction. We need to get this information to everybody that lives around there. We need printed material and people that will walk door to door. And we need to make sure that this does not happen to our children, our land, and our air.